What's up, guys? Welcome back to another Damn Fishing Addict video. I hope y'all are having an absolutely amazing day. Guys, in today's video, we are going to show you how to take your catfishing at night to a whole new level. We're going to go from this to this. Guys, this is going to completely change your night fishing forever. No more little glow sticks, no more bells, no more flashlights, none of that, guys. This is going to change everything. You're not going to miss bites. You're not going to miss nothing. It is better than fishing during the daytime. And we're going to show you exactly how to do it yourself at home and change your night catfishing forever. All right, guys, now that we got the lights back on, let's talk about the equipment. Let's talk about how we did this, and let's talk about how we get the poles to glow. So the first thing we're going to start with is the rods. You know, a lot of people ask us, that is like the number one question is, how do you get the rods to glow like that? And what rods are those? And where did you get those rods? And where do I buy them? Okay, guys, these rods right here are nothing special. These rods are not expensive. These rods are actually very cheap combos that we had left over. They're old retired snagging rigs that have been sitting over there in the corner for about the last year that we decided to paint up so that we could try out blacklight night fishing without investing a whole lot of money. Now, there are companies out there that you can buy really nice high-end rods that are already going to glow under blacklight. They're going to look really good and everything like that. But again, you're going to have to look at buying the rod, the shipping. You're going to have to look at buying the reel and everything like that and the line. And we didn't want to invest that much money into it yet until we knew that this is something we really wanted to do. Now that we know this is something we really want to do, we are definitely looking into those options. There are companies like Catch the Fever, Slime Cat, and Mad Cat that all make rods that will glow under the blacklight. Catch the Fever is probably going to be one of the brightest with the Hellcat rods. But if you don't have that kind of money to spend right now, you can do exactly what we did and take some old combos that you have laying around or the ones that you use, and you can do this exact same thing. These rods right here are just Okuma KS Specials painted in a fluorescent orange from Ace Hardware. A Rust-Oleum fluorescent orange from Ace Hardware, and then we added some fluorescent yellow tape from Amazon. These are just a couple of custom rods that I had made by a rod builder, and we painted them in fluorescent pink and just added the same Amazon fluorescent tape in white so that they would stand out and they would pop a little differently. Now, I did paint around my guide wraps with fingernail polish thinking that that would add an extra flare. It didn't. It was a lot of work, and it didn't add anything to the blacklight. You actually can't even see them under blacklight. That's why we had to add the white paint. So, wah, wah, wah. Don't do that. You'll be wasting your time. They look great during the daylight, and everybody loves them during the daylight. But at night under the blacklights, the fingernail polish does nothing. Had I got a fluorescent paint or something like that, fluorescent nail polish, maybe. But also, I clear coated mine. That is another thing I do not recommend, is clear coating them. We did not clear coat the orange ones. We did clear coat the pink ones. The orange ones are twice as bright as the pink ones. When the pink ones were originally painted, they looked a lot like matte, and they looked like really bright like these orange ones. And once we clear coated them, it changed the color of the pink. And we feel like it maybe reflects some of the UV light, that clear. And maybe that's why these aren't as bright as these, because when these were originally first painted before clear coat, they were very bright. So again, warning, don't clear coat. Also, by not clear coating, you can keep the paint around. Then if you scratch it or anything like that, hit it a couple times, touched up, ready to go again. Now, I will say this, that 90% of the scratches that you're going to have on this pole, unless it goes from here all the way down and is about as wide as the pole, you're not going to see it once the black lights turn on. But again, like I said, these are nothing special. These are not expensive or anything like that. You could do this with any rod that you have laying around. The fluorescent orange that is on these, Jason purchased at Ace Hardware, and I want to say it's like $5, $6 a can. You will need to sand your rods down. The rods are going to have a protective clear or a protective epoxy on them. You will need to sand that to get good adhesion of your paint. You will also need white primer. The white primer is going to make your fluorescent paint pop. It's going to give it a brighter base to stick to, so it's going to make it pop. You do not want to paint fluorescent paint over a darker rod, or it's going to make your fluorescent dark. So you will need to sand it down, prime it, then you will need to paint it your fluorescent paint. So I would say, all in all, you could do probably these two rods right here with primer and with fluorescent paint and everything, probably for under $25. Your primer is probably going to be about $5. Your paint's probably going to be about $5. And then some sandpaper, and then your time. You could go through and you could tape off the guides and everything like that. We chose not to. We wanted the guides to even be painted and show up at night. And we also went as far as to paint the reels, because a lot of the guys we seen weren't painting their reels. Most of their rods glowed from here up. None of this down here glowed. So it just looked like a glowing stick, like a glow stick sticking up. We wanted the entire experience. We wanted you guys to see the rods glowing, the reels glowing, the handles glowing. When we're reeling, we wanted you to see that bell spinning. We wanted you guys to be a part of the entire experience. So we painted the whole thing. To the point Jason was actually looking at bass poles and painting everything else. He was going to go crazy and paint everything. So anyway, guys, that's how we did the rods. It's nothing expensive. It's nothing fancy. It's something you can easily do at home. These rod holders. These rod holders here are just, I believe they're H2O rod holders from Academy. Just some fluorescent green spray paint and the orange fluorescent tape. That's all we use. These are like $5 a piece with the leftover paint and tape that we had. So we really have basically $5 in these. Mine are just PVC pipe. This is just 3-inch PVC pipe, or 2-inch PVC pipe that I cut down, painted pink, and put the fluorescent tape on. This pipe I had laying around in my yard, so I have pretty much nothing in these because I already had the paint for the rods and we already had the fluorescent tape. So doing your rod holders is another thing that helps because, one, it's just the more you have glowing, the more you can see. So doing the rod holders is definitely something I recommend. All right, now the other big question, how? How do you make them glow? We understand that you painted them with fluorescent paint. We get that you got fluorescent tape, but how did you make them glow? This right here. This is a 100-watt black light from Amazon. They are a 110 100-watt black light. We have 2 of these. When we set these up, we set one on this side, angled up high, and we set one on this side, angled down low, so that we have 100 watts on the bottom side and 100 watts on the top, hitting them from all angles to really make them glow. We picked these up off Amazon. You can get 2 of these 100-watt black lights for about $80, and if you have Prime, you get free shipping, so it's about $80. If you have to pay for shipping, you'd probably be looking at, it'd be under $100. I'm not sure, but I'll have a link in the description and everything like that, and I'll try and pop it up somewhere over here of the black lights and where they came from and the number and all that. But these right here are 100-watt LED black lights. They're perfect. 2 of these. I know a lot of guys only use one and they'll just set it dead in the middle, angled, and they do great with it. We wanted them to really glow. We want them to really pop, so we got 2. Now the way you're going to power that is just an inverter. This right here is a Jupiter inverter. It's a 1,000-watt inverter from Harbor Freight. This is just the leads that go to the battery. This thing is great. We have had no issues out of it. If you look like I did, what I did is Harbor Freight has those like return tables where stuff has been returned, but it still works. It just may be missing instructions, something like that, so they discount it heavily. I got this for $60. So it was a really good deal. Do we need this? No, we don't need a 1,000-watt. We could have got away with a 400. We could have got away with a 300. But when you could get this 1,000-watt inverter for the same price as the 400-watt inverter, why not? Because now we have more capacity where we can plug our cell phones in, we can plug other lights in, we have a LED light that we plug in, things like that. So this right here is something else you're going to need to power those black lights. But it does, like I said, it doesn't have to be this one. I'll put the link and everything to this one, but you could get away with smaller ones. Just get one that will work with your lights. Obviously, you want to have more power than what your lights are going to take. So anyway, that's what we use as far as the inverter goes. We also have this guy right here. This is just your normal old pickup truck LED fog light. What we use this for is to set between the rods facing out on the water to light up with white light the area where we're going to be baiting up the hooks, the area where we're going to be landing fish, the area we're going to be walking around and things like that. This is just a pickup white light with the wire. We just put a nice set of wires on it that are long enough to get it from the inverter down there. And then I have this little tripod that I put actually a camera mount that's holding the phone right now. I just lock this thing into it and it sits there all night long and it lights up the whole area for us, and it makes it a lot safer when we're landing fish and when we're baiting hooks, not trying to do it under black light. We have a nice white light there. Also, when we land fish during our lives and during our videos, we're able to show you the fish and not just be under black light. So that's something else you may want to add to your setup. These ones would work just as well. Any of your just little outdoor, you want them waterproof and everything like that. Any of your just outdoor pickup truck LED lights, stuff like that. These are tough. The reason I say to use these two is if you drop these, if you bang these around, anything like that, they're going to take it because they're solid. You know, plus the LED is not going to draw a lot of wattage and things like that, so you're not going to kill your battery as fast. Another thing you may think about is if you're going to live stream and video and things like that, even though you have that inverter, sometimes you got to understand black lights draw bugs. Black lights attract bugs, and you may not want to be near the black lights all night long if you're doing a live like we do on TikTok and sometimes on Facebook, or if you're doing a video or something like that and you're trying to talk to the camera. You may not want to be in the summertime standing right next to the black light. So something like this, a little portable battery charger that you can attach to your tripod to charge your phone, is another thing you may be interested in. I'm not going to spend a lot of time on this. There's plenty of brands of stuff out there. This is just something I figured I would throw in there if you plan on getting into black light, night fishing, and live streaming. If you're just wanting to get into black light fishing and things like that, you may not need it at all. Now, there's one other critical part of this whole thing that you're going to need to make all of this work together. And that is a nice big deep cycle battery. Now that you guys have seen this, I'm going to put it down because it ain't light. Now you guys are going to need some type of battery or some type of way to power the inverter that will power the lights. What we have found is that EverStart deep cycle marine battery works the best for us. It is heavy. It is awkward to get it down there, but we're looking at other ways to do that. We have ran a 5-hour live stream and ran the black lights, the white LED light, the cell phones, and everything else. We ran a 5-hour live stream, brought that battery back here to the shop, put it on the charger, and still had 20% life left. So it is a very good option. Granted, it's heavy. There are other battery companies out there that maybe make lighter batteries like Dakota Lithium and stuff like that, but the batteries are going to be very expensive. This is a cheap way. I think those batteries are like 90, 100 bucks. It's going to give you 5, 6 plus hours of blacklight fishing, of night fishing, of live streaming, or whatever else you're wanting to do. That's going to take care of you for 5 to 6, probably 6 to 7 hours. Again, it's heavy, and you may have to figure out a way to get it down there. Like I'll put over here a picture in the corner over here. This is how we got ours set up down there one time. We just had to use a dolly and attach everything to it to get it down there. The first night we blacklight live fished, we used a backpack. Do not recommend doing that Oh my God, especially the area we went and we had to climb down a hill to the bottom and then cross out onto the river. Going down was not horrible. Coming back up was a nightmare. You're already tired from fishing all night and everything like that. Then you got to carry all this gear. So finding a dolly, a deer cart, something like that will definitely help you out and make your experience better with this. But anyway, guys, that's how we do it. That's the whole setup. A deep cycle battery, 100-watt black lights, the white LED light, 1,000-watt inverter, some spray paint, sand them, and then some fluorescent tape, and that's it, guys. You can do this to any pole you have. You can do this to any setup you have, and you can be out doing the same thing we're doing. And I'm telling you guys, black light night fishing is a complete game changer. It will change the way you look at night fishing forever. No more bells, no more glow sticks, no more sitting there with the flashlight. Did that tip move? Did that tip not move? Nothing like that. You set this setup up, you light them poles up like lightsabers, and you can see every little twitch that pole makes all night long, not questioning it, everything like that, guys. It is a complete blast. Your kids will love it. Everybody loves it. Everybody that sees us do it, it's like, that's insane. We want to do it. It looks like a blast, you know. So anyway, guys, that's it. That's the setup. Guys, if you want to see all this stuff in action, join us over on TikTok. We try and go live on TikTok Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. Friday and Saturday nights are usually black light night lives, where we black light catfish at night. So join us over there on TikTok. If you guys want to watch these lives, we are going to try and go live more on Facebook during the black light night fishing. Also, we are creeping up on that 1,000 mark on YouTube. We are creeping up on that 10,000 mark on TikTok, but we are creeping up on that 1,000 mark on YouTube. And as soon as we get there, we will try and do some more lives on YouTube too, where you guys can watch us blacklight night fish and things like that. So anyway, guys, I hope you all have an amazing day. I hope you all enjoyed this video. If you have any questions or anything like that, leave them down in the comments. I'll have links to everything down in the description. And hopefully next time we see you at the dam.